Now, are you able to see the board clearly, please? Just tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, write the heading, water chemistry. So, before I go ahead teaching the chapter to you all, I have a question to ask. Now, kids, please tell me, if I take water as an engineering material, okay, what I'm saying, I'm taking water as an engineering material, okay. In such case, I would ask, what are the engineering applications of water? Hello? What are the engineering applications of water is my question now. Hello? You understand what I say? What are the engineering applications of water?
It can be used as coolant.
Huh?
It can be used as coolant.
Water as an engineering material. Please tell me. Hello?
Hydroelectric
Huh?
hydroelectric power.
Can be
Hydroelectric
used as
power.
coolant.
That's the major application of water. Hydroelectricity generation is one of the major industrial application of water. Not alone hydro energy, even the thermal power plants, we get coal, okay, we do mining of the coal. Then what we do is we convert water to steam, okay, in thermal power plants using coal as the fuel, okay. After that, what will happen? A lot of steam is generated. The generated steam is used in rotating the turbines. Mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, so steam generation is one. Steam that is generated is one of the major important thing when you are talking about water as an engineering material. Is that is the generation of electricity is the only application of water as engineering material? No. What else is there? What is coming to your brain? Apart from water being used as used for generation of electricity, what is the other major application of water?
Can be used as coolant, ma'am. It can be used as coolant.
Coolant. Very good. That's another major application of water. Water is used as coolant, particularly in nuclear power reactors, okay. Apart from that, in various industrial applications, particularly chemical and pharmaceutical industry, water is used as a coolant. Major application of water. Fractional distillations and all, whatever being conducted, okay, in the industry out there, one of the major application is water is used as a coolant, okay, and hence is the application. Very good. What is the other one? Do you imagine using water in construction industry? Okay, we know that the concrete mix, the concrete is the composite material that involves water as the binding material. Okay, so how concrete mixtures are made? How concrete is made? By mixing sand, gravel, cement, etc. Is it not? Okay, so in this case, what water, then we'll add water to it to make reinforced concrete. Okay, so there water is used as a construction material. Okay, and it does the major binding work. Okay, of course, in civil industry, water is part and parcel of the construction materials, and hence it's the discussion. Apart from all these things, the beautiful PPTs which you have showed, in which we were talking about the corrosion control and all, how various metals are subjected to corrosion and all. What we have realized is that the waterline corrosion, which is one of the major hits for the materials, particularly in the sea or oceanic beds. Okay, so what has to be done is all are subject of discussion. Means in this particular topic, apart from taking water as a biological material, we know that 70% of our whole body is nothing but water. Okay, for that matter, on earth as well, water is available in the form of solid water, that is ice, which I've already, I think I've once told you all, the perma ice that is present at the poles to the ice that is present as uh, snow mountains and all, like our Himalayas and all, okay, are all perma ice, okay, in the form of ice. Of course, the seas, rivers, oceans, and the entire water bodies that are present in the liquid state, which is the major percentage of water in the liquid state, and also in atmosphere, you get water as moisture, correct? The moisture form of water is present in atmosphere, and we are studying water in various forms. All these things you might have studied very much in your EVS. Probably have, what is that? Water cycle is very important one, which is to be considered for maintaining the harmony on this planet. Okay, but then here, when you're talking about the engineering application of water, okay, what are those engineering applications? First point is, here we always talk about the dissolved salts or materials found in water. Okay, and how the concentration of water containing salts is evaluated. Okay, and we go ahead getting water for industrial applications and also for drinking purposes, that is potable water. These are the contents that are present in this particular topic. Now, why actually, then the first question is, why I need to know about all the salts that are present in water? It's of what importance to me? Then the question is, you all might be knowing about geogenic problems associated with water. Did you learn this? Geogenic problems, okay? Why in our Telangana state, that Nalgonda area at one point of time suffered a lot of fluorosis problem. You know what is fluorosis problem? The bent bones, the teeth, yellow teeth and all, okay? In which the development of bones, okay, is hampered due to lot of amount of fluorine present in water, drinking water particularly. Obviously, in villages and all, now we are taking RO purified water. Even in villages, they are available very cheap. Okay, but there was a point of time when people used to mainly depend upon the groundwater for drinking purposes. Okay, then Nalgonda district suffered this fluorosis problem. Why? How this fluorine is more present in water? Did you ever study this in your previous topic? Yes or no? What is geogenic problems? Problems that are associated due to the natural habitats. You know, in this Nalgonda area and all, this granite stone is available. Okay, the ore that is available with this granite is calcium ore, and where calcium fluoride is one of the major ingredient present in it. Okay, in that ore, what will happen? The fluorine that is present in that granite, okay, is leaching into the groundwater. What is happening? Exchange of ions between dissolved salts present in water and the granite ore is taking place. Okay. So what is happening as the groundwater is containing more and more dissolved salts, more and more leaching of the fluoride ions is taking place, leading to the complication in the problem. Now, why this is complicated? First thing, it is affecting it used to affect the health of the people there with all bent bones and yellow teeth and all. Wherever the bone discussion is coming, fluorosis used to hamper the health of the people there, inhabitants there. Okay, and what was the difficulty for many years for the governments is that the fluoride ion removal for drinking purpose was not very easy, because normal methods of removing fluoride ions is not practical because of the size of the fluorine. So special methods used to be engaged to remove fluorine in water and make it more and more potable. That means drinking water. Okay, and hence the knowledge of the various salts that are present dissolved in water, the problems they create and all is very, very important even as an engineering application. Why? Because of the corrosion effects, the health effects. Okay, the purification of water is, of course, is an industrial operation that is conducted, where the engineers have an interdisciplinary knowledge about the components that are present in water and various processes that have to be implemented to bring pure, clean drinking water to the population. Okay, not alone fluorosis, various associated problems, and hence is the discussion. Okay, this is a huge introduction, but it's very, very important. Okay, and we shall start discussing about the topic. Okay, so what are, when I'm talking water as an engineering material, it means it is a major ingredient in various industries. Okay, apart from what we have discussed just now, what your ideas you have shared, that power generation, cooling, and all are the other things. So, if I'm studying about water, I should study about various impurities that are associated with water, okay, and how to remove them to make it usable for us, both industrially and potable. Okay, so now when I have to start the discussion, okay, then the first point which I would like to tell you all is that water, keywords are there and notes are already shared with you all. So I shall more focus on the flowcharts. Okay, I'm talking about water chemistry. Okay, in this, I'm talking about water as engineering material. Water as engineering material. Okay. Then I always remind myself that water exists as liquid water and moisture, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous forms of water, and water is available as ice, liquid water, and moisture in air. Okay, after understanding the three forms of availability, okay, should say 80% of water is available on in the liquid state. Okay, and hence is the discussion. So I am talking about the distribution of water. Okay, when I talk about the distribution of water, it is available as oceanic water, oceans, sea, okay, oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, etc. Okay, which are present on the surface water. This is all nothing but surface water, but water is also available in the ground. Okay, so when I'm talking about groundwater, okay, groundwater is available almost from 1 kilometer down the earth, from surface of the earth. We have groundwater, and the groundwater is tapped using both. Okay, we have groundwater. This is a very important one to be discussed, because when I'm talking about the groundwater, just now, like I was trying to tell you all, groundwater and associated issues are also very important for engineers and also for social purposes, and hence is the discussion about the water. So first let me identify what are the things that are associated with water. Hope the screen is clear. Are you able to see the screen clearly,
No,
please?
No,
No?
ma'am.
Yes or no, na?
No, ma'am. It's not clear, ma'am.
It's not clear because table is little away. Okay. And today we have change in the class because many are having the fast morning. Okay. Now, so what are the things which are associated with water? Tell me. What are those which are associated with water when I call them as impurities? Now is it clear?
I don't see the words clarity, ma'am. There is no clarity.
First is the board clear to you all? కనిపిస్తున్నాయా? Emma. Hello, good morning. CR.
I'm bored కనబడుతుంది మ్యామ్.
Is it clear what all I am writing? Because again it is all I'd say flow charts.
బ్లర్ ఉన్నాయి మ్యామ్, అంతే. వర్డ్స్ బ్లర్ ఉన్నాయి మ్యామ్.
Now
నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం అనుకుంటాం. వర్డ్స్ బ్లర్ ఉన్నాయి.
Is it clear? I mean, I'm asking.
Ma'am, board is clear, ma'am. The words on the board are blur.
That's what I'm asking. Why it is blur? I'm trying to pin on that. Fine. Okay. Now, what you need to again remember is that when I'm talking about impurities associated with water, so what are the impurities which are associated with water? Okay, can you guess by chance? Impurities associated with water are of three types: suspended impurities, next, second one is dissolved impurities, okay, and the third one is colloidal impurities. Okay, are you able to write this? in your books? Are you able to write this in your books?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are these? Now is the board little more clear? Okay. Hello, is it still blurred? Please tell me.
No, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
కొంచెం వెనకాలకు జరపండి మ్యామ్ బోర్డ్ క్యాంప్
Ma?
కొంచెం వెనక్కి జరపండి మ్యామ్ ఓకే మ్యామ్
Okay. Now I'm talking about the impurities which are associated with water. Then every one of you. Now just imagine, can I use seawater for industrial applications?
నో మ్యామ్
Why?
salts present in them reacts with the metal.
Reacts with the metal. What are the salts that are present in seawater? Hello, anyone who can answer this question?
Sodium.
Sodium salts, NaCl. Hello kids, you're there? Okay. ఏం క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతున్నాను, వాటర్ లో ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ గురించి డిస్కషన్ చేస్తున్నా. సరే, ఎందుకు నేర్చుకోవాలి అంటే ఇప్పుడే చెప్పా, వాటర్ ని నువ్వు ఇండస్ట్రీకి అప్లై ఇండస్ట్రియల్ పర్పస్ కి అప్లై వాడాలన్నా, లేకపోతే లేదు వాటర్ ని నువ్వు కన్స్ట్రక్షన్, వాటర్ లో కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ చేయాలి అని చేయవలసి వచ్చిన నీకు ఫస్ట్ వాటర్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ తెలియాలి కంపల్సరీ. అంతెందుకు, నువ్వు ఇల్లు కట్టుకుంటున్నావు, క్యూరింగ్ చేస్తున్నావు, మరీ హార్డ్ వాటర్ పెట్టి నువ్వు క్యూరింగ్ చేస్తావా? చెయ్యవు. ఎందుకు? ఆబ్వియస్లీ యు ఆర్ స్కేర్డ్ that any metal that is present associated with it will suffer corrosion. Okay, so obviously every one of us are very conscious about using water properly. It means what's the composition of water, chala important. Sare, so it's the discussion. Even for our personal utility also, obviously you'll say hot water I can't use it, leave about drinking. Okay, can you use hot water for your other purposes? No, you will not opt for it. Okay, you are always using soft water. Common experiences, but what we are talking about is important. Okay, why these subjects are included is because all the topics which I am talking to you today are all common things which we are experiencing in our day-to-day life, but we are not knowing the technical aspect of it. Making you aware of those technical aspects is the major idea. Okay, and now if water has lot of weeds, okay, that horseweed, Burrapudeka, okay, which is present on the surface of water. Okay, that Mandamalamadu we come, you see lot of weed floating on the water. Okay, so what is the impurity? Is it a dissolved impurity? No. Is it a colloidal impurity? No. It is a suspended impurity. So all those impurities like the leaves, sand, which are present associated with water, which can be removed simply by filtration methods, are all classified under suspended impurities. Means the impurities which are floating on water or which are settling at the bottom of the water and which have to be removed for using are all nothing but suspended impurities. So impurities which can be removed by simple filtration methods are all classified under suspended impurities. So suspended impurities can be removed by simple filtration methods. Can be removed by simple filtration methods. okay, and import. Okay, so that's the first type of impurity you're talking about. And what's the second type of impurity? The second type of impurity is dissolved impurity. This is the double star mark because all throughout this chapter we are always focusing on realizing what are these dissolved impurities, okay, and how to remove them. Okay, so this is the major subject of discussion in this chapter. Okay, so what are the dissolved impurities I have? I have dissolved salts. Okay, salts, dissolved salts are nothing but dissolved impurities. So what are these dissolved salts? For example, the sea or oceanic water. Can we drink that water? No. But can you drink normal river waters or lake waters? Yes. What is happening in both these cases? Why I am not able to drink sea or oceanic waters, but I'm able to drink the river water or the lake water? It is nothing but the presence of dissolved salts in it. Okay, sea or oceanic water contains almost 3.5% of NaCl dissolved in it. Simple brine water antam. How I get salt, normal eating salt, okay, NaCl, salting out. We salt out the sea or oceanic waters and get common salt for our utility. Okay, so that is the concentration of NaCl in seawater, correct? Then what point I am addressing then is dissolved salts. Salt, these are the impurities that are present in dissolved state and hence are not visible to the naked eye, but they can be experienced. Obviously, you can't drink just not even a spoonful of seawater. Okay, what you will realize, the impurities in the form of salt taste, okay, on your tongue. So dissolved salts are the impurities and hence it's the discussion. Okay, they are not visible to our naked eye and their separation needs some special operation. It's not by simple filtration methods, but they involve special methods for their removal. Okay, so what says dissolved salt, not seen, okay, they can be removed, by special methods. They can be removed by special methods. Which methods we are going to study in this chapter? Okay, and what are the problems they cause are all the topics of discussion in here. Okay, then I'm talking about the colloidal impurities. So what are these colloidal impurities? Already you might have studied this chapter in your intermediate. Okay, what is a colloidal condition? Okay, neither dissolved nor suspended. Okay, then the particulate state is nothing but colloidal state. Okay, the presence of bacteria or the biological matter that is present associated with water is called colloidal suspension. The clayey or sandy deposits that are found associated with water, particularly now it is rainy season. Okay, then you see the municipal water supply which we get into our sumps. It is all like murky. That muddy water is nothing but colloidal suspension. Okay, how can you just remove that brown color that is present associated with that murky water? No, you can't remove it by filtration, but you can see it, but it's not in the dissolved state. How to remove that? Those probably who are from the village backgrounds and all, you might be knowing about alum, patika. You know it? Okay, they write the normal simple methods is putting alum into water and removing those things. of course we use nowadays methods like RO purification, but the turbidity should not be more than 10 ppm to do these filtration and all. But then the suspension or impurity associated is nothing but a colloidal impurity. So under colloidal impurities, we can talk about the biological matter. Colloidal impurities are biological matter. Okay, biological matter or the clay suspensions, clay or turbid water are falling under this category. Turbidity in water will be included under colloidal suspension. We are not focusing much on this. Why? Because of course the filtration are adopted for removing the dissolved impurities. We treat this as well, and hence is the discussion. ఏం చెప్తున్నాను వాటర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ మెటీరియల్ కదా సో ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ అసోసియేటెడ్ విత్ వాటర్ సస్పెండెడ్ డిజాల్వ్డ్ కొలాయిడల్ మొత్తం చాప్టర్ లో నేను ఎప్పుడు మొత్తం అంతా డిజాల్వ్డ్ ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ గురించే చెప్తూ ఉంటా కానీ మీకు తెలియాలి అంటే ఇంకో రెండు మేజర్ ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ అసోసియేట్ ఏమైతే సస్పెండెడ్ ఒకటి కొలాయిడల్ ఒకటి సరే what you should realize is that when I'm talking water as an engineering material, I'll not talk about the biological matter that is presented. That means I don't talk about the sterilization of water or disinfection of water. Only that is done when water is used as potable water, that is water for drinking purpose. Otherwise, I'll ignore that biological matter presence in water. Okay, fine, and hence is the discussion. Now, did you write the flow charts? Okay, now I am just focusing on the phase one. First one, the second one, dissolved impurities. So before I go about with it, I have a question to all of you. Because this question, someone asked me, and you'll be surprised, till my PG, I never ever thought that what is that difference? What's the difference between sea and an ocean? Secrecy and privacy, it's all English, but it's relevant for us. What's the difference between sea and the ocean? I was just scratching my head. Though both are saline waters, okay, fine. But what's the difference between the two? Why I'll say Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. Okay, our south is a peninsula, southern peninsula, is it not? Surrounded by water on three sides. But so while putting the map, Indian map, on the left hand side I write Arabian Sea, right hand side Bay of Bengal, and at the bottom Indian Ocean. So at one point I'm saying it as sea, the other point I'm saying it as ocean. What's the difference? ఏదో కెమిస్ట్రీ చదువుకోకుండా ఇంగ్లీష్ మధ్యలో అంటే టైం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఉన్న నాలెడ్జ్ షేర్ చేస్తున్నాను. Many things even I don't know, but I appreciate and someone tells me. Okay, so can you tell? Not even make me an attempt to tell.
Caesar means near seashore, ma'am, like near land.
Huh? What is it?
Seas are like near seashores, like near land.
Water oceans
Which are close to land, but means smaller water bodies than oceans, ma'am.
Smaller water bodies. Yeah, that's correct. When you're talking about the volume, it seems they say water bodies separating countries are called seas, and water bodies separating continents are called oceans. Ante ade water body if it is present between two countries like India, Pakistan, Arabian Sea. Okay, the same water body separating continents is called as an ocean, and hence is the discussion. Okay, that's what they say. Okay, that's a terminology. But then let me go ahead with the discussion. Okay, so we're talking about the impurities which are associated with water. Okay, now I have one glass full of seawater and another glass full of bore water which is present, which I have tapped from my bore well. Okay, then the first point is both the waters are not usable, for that matter drinkable, because it can't be consumed, it's not potable. That's a water for drinking purpose is called as potable water. Neither seawater nor the bore water which I've tapped from the underground are potable. Leave it. But are these two waters same or different is my question. What your knowledge tells, what's your experience or idea speaks about these two waters? Tell me. ఏం క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతున్నా, ఏం అడిగాను? ఒక గ్లాస్ లో సీ వాటర్ ఇచ్చాను అనుకో, ఇంకో గ్లాస్ లో అండర్ గ్రౌండ్ బోర్ వాటర్ ఇచ్చాను. నాకు తెలుసు రెండు గ్లాసుల్లో నీళ్ళు నేను తాగలేను అని చెప్పి, కానీ రెండు సేమా డిఫరెంటా? ఏమిటో అన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇప్పుడు. need to answer. This is what is engineering all about. You should give an idea. You have an idea. You should realize what idea is to answer the text. What's your answer? Same or different? If someone tells you something, I know. You don't know this? One word to say whether it is same or different. What's your idea? Same ante same or different ante different. Why? I tell you what. The common thing. Fine. 6 of you gave presentation who have a little bit of gut in the class. Okay. Now rest all not even responding. Now what is the point? Your age group is, if I tell you something against your things, you are hurt. You think you are independent, but none of you have come back again. Why? What is stopping you? I've already told you, it's all learning process. It is all continual learning. Okay, then why there is a huge gap? I felt one moment of time that you might have already forgotten me, or after seeing the presentations of your friends, I felt the rest part of the class probably might have felt that you don't need a teacher at all. If my friends give few presentations like that, nothing like that, and I can finish the syllabus just listening to my friends. Is it correct? Don't give answer just like that. And those who have already presented need not have to answer this question. I'm talking about the rest batch. 54 in the class. What's your response? Come on, kids. Whatever feeling it is, you should edit it. A task is given to you. You should know how to perform the task. It might be easy for you, tough for you. You might be interested or you're disinterested. But your opinion is not important here. The activity here is important. So you should oblige by it. అంతే, అన్ని మనకు నచ్చినట్టే అవ్వవు. అలా నచ్చనివైనా మనం టాలరేట్ చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు, కానీ దానికి పెద్ద రిబల్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరము లేదు. That is a professional thing you need to learn as a young kid. ఓకే, నచ్చిన చెప్పే వాళ్ళందరూ ఫ్రెండ్స్, నచ్చని చెప్పే వాళ్ళందరూ ఎనిమీస్ కాదు. మరి 54 లో ఒక్కళ్ళు నాతో ఇంటరాక్ట్ చేయరేంటి? You can keep a message. If you can't speak to me, why don't you take that lead? That's what I'm asking. Okay, both the waters that are present are different. Sea water is different too. The water that is tapped from underground, okay, that is the bore water. How and why? Sea water as NaCl as one of the major dissolved salt present in it. Almost 3.5% of 3.5% of seawater contains NaCl as the dissolved salt. That's a huge volume. Okay, and the bore water, which is tapped from the underground, contains not NaCl but different other dissolved salts, out of which calcium salts and magnesium salts are present in maximum proportion. Okay, so in saline water, NaCl is the major dissolved salt along with other salts, but in groundwater or bore water, calcium and magnesium salts are the major components. Now, what is the difference between these two? Okay, now to understand that very clearly, I'll have a point to tell you all, share with you all. Is it not a common experience for us that if in a vessel I'm constantly boiled water to nearly to half its volume, not the RO purified water but the groundwater, what you will realize, after boiling the water to half of its volume and you're leaving that like that, you'll find white powder, sort of a salt deposition on the bottom of the vessel. Is it not? Tella podilaga deposit avutundi kada ginne meeda. Okay, that is called as sludge. Okay, and if you are continuing the same process day after the day, okay, repeatedly, just like our geysers, okay, or the vessels which are always put to boiling daily to very hot levels, what you will realize, after many months, you'll find fine thin layer deposits on them. What are those called? Scales. Okay, and hence is the discussion. The bore water or groundwater, which we will say as the hard water, contains calcium and magnesium salts present in it. Okay, and this calcium and magnesium salts show a tendency of scales and sludge formations. The white powdery deposits, which are loose, are called as sludges, and the thin layered deposits are called as scales. Okay, unlike the sea or saline water, which contains more of NaCl, what you will realize, the sodium and potassium salts or the 1A salts which are present dissolved in water do not show this property of scale sludge formation, and hence are not supposed to be causing hardness of water. Okay, and hence is the discussion. Why few salts are showing hardness causing and the others not showing? It is due to differential solubility of the salts in cold and hot conditions of water. Okay, ఏం చెప్పాను? ఒక గ్లాస్ లో సీ వాటర్ తీసుకుని ఇంకో గ్లాస్ లో బోర్ వాటర్ తీసుకున్నాక ఏం రియలైజేషన్ వచ్చిందంటే రెండు తాగలేము, కానీ రెండు సేమ్ కాదు. సీ వాటర్ లో NaCl ఎక్కువ ప్రపోర్షన్ లో ఉంటుంది, అది ఆల్కలైన్ వాటర్. అదే మనం బోర్ వాటర్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకో అది హార్డ్ వాటర్ అంటారు. ఓకే, అది సీ వాటర్ లాగా NaCl ఒకటే ఉండదు. దాంట్లో యాక్చువల్ గా ఏం డిజాల్వ్ సాల్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి అంటే కాల్షియం అండ్ మెగ్నీషియం సాల్ట్స్ డిజాల్వ్ అయి ఉంటాయి. సరే, ఆ వాటర్ ని నేను హార్డ్ వాటర్ అని అంటున్నాను. ఓకే, సో అందుకు హార్డ్ వాటర్ అని అంటున్నాను అంటే దట్ పర్టికులర్ వాటర్ కంటైన్స్ కాల్షియం అండ్ మెగ్నీషియం సాల్ట్స్ డిజాల్వ్ అయ్యి అదేమి స్కేల్ స్లడ్ ఫార్మేషన్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, అందుకని హార్డ్ వాటర్ అంటాం. అదే సీ వాటర్ ని కానీ ఓషన్ వాటర్ ని కానీ సెలైన్ వాటర్, డ్రైన్ వాటర్ అని అంటాం. ఓకే, అది మేజర్ డిఫరెన్స్. సో ఈ చాప్టర్ లో in all throughout this chapter I talk about the hardness of water. Okay, so it's the discussion. What are the major problems that are encountered when water contains dissolved salts is the topic we are discussing right now. Okay, so what's the next dot point? Problems encountered. Problems encountered using water containing dissolved salts is the discussion now. So what are the problems encountered or faced using water containing dissolved salts? Okay, water containing dissolved salts. So what are these problems encountered? First problem, major problem is hardness of water. Hardness of water, which is a major one. Okay. The second one is alkalinity of water. Hardness and alkalinity. This is the syllabus which is present. Okay, hardness, alkalinity are the major problems that are encountered due to dissolved salts present in water. Okay, the other major problem is, which we usually do not consider when water I am using for industrial application, is decrease in biological oxygen, decrease in dissolved oxygen. Decrease in dissolved oxygen in water is another major hiccup due to presence of dissolved salts in water. Okay, decrease in biological dissolved oxygen in water. Hope you know all the marine animals or the animals present in water consuming the atmosphere, the dissolved oxygen present in water. So this is a major problem that is encountered. But we talk only the first two ones, keeping in mind that while doing the industrial application of water, we ignore the biological content factor. Okay, and hence is the discussion. So I'll focus more on the hardness and alkalinity of water during the discussion. Okay, so this is the next dot point. Problems encountered using water containing dissolved salts, hardness and alkalinity. Okay, and what just now I have told you all, ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాను కదా, ఫ్లోరోసిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ డ్యూ టు లీచింగ్ అని చెప్పి. ఏముంది, ఇప్పుడు వాటర్ లో డిజాల్వ్డ్ సాల్ట్స్ తక్కువ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ అయాన్స్ ఉండదు వాటర్ కి ఓర్ కి మధ్యలో, కాబట్టి ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. అదే ఓర్ తో కాంటాక్ట్ అయి ఉన్న వాటర్ ఉందనుకో, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, దాంట్లో డిజాల్వ్డ్ సాల్ట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయంటే వాటర్ లో, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంటుంది, the leaching of ions between the ore and the water is more, ante exchange of ions ekku avutundi, and hence what is happening, health issues are increasing. That's the point you need to know. Okay, so either of the things, we should be very much aware of the problems that are encountered due to water containing dissolved salts. Okay. So, is this the idea clear? Is the idea clear to you all? Okay. Now, the seawater will cause more of alkalinity, and the groundwater of the bore water, which I was like you, will contribute to more of hardness. Okay, and hence is the difference. Now, the first point here is: did you ever experience hardness of water? Did you ever experience the hardness of water in your day-to-day life? నేను చెప్పిన ఏమైనా అర్థమవుతుందా అవలా ఒకటి ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వడు. Now someone has given you a bucket of groundwater, bore water, and asked you to take a bath. What, Karthik? Roll number 85. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we soap give leather with bore water or not?
What, ma'am?
What ain't in okay. Will bore water give leather with soap?
Yes, ma'am.
ఇప్పుడే లేచి వచ్చావు.
I got call, ma'am.
Hardness is cost of Karthik. What causes hardness? Your presence in the class is only for attendance, is it?
No, ma'am. I got a call, ma'am. Previous 10 minutes before.
You take the call. Keep yourself available always. Then your ఏమంటారు తెలుసా? ఏముంది always available. ఒక్కొక్కసారి కొంచెం టీచర్స్ ముందు పేరెంట్స్ ముందు arrogance కాదు, కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ చూపించాలి. సీ అండ్ ఓషన్ కి ఏదైతే డిఫరెన్స్ ఉందో మీ అందరికి, దిస్ ఇస్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్, నాట్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్ అలోన్. ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్ ప్లీజ్ రియలైజ్, there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. People who know how to work their things properly are all confident people. What are arrogant? Who are arrogant people? వాళ్ళకి రాదు కానీ హూ అనే వాళ్ళ arrogance. అది అందరికీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అవుతుంది, అందరికీ డిఫరెన్స్ తెలుస్తుంది. కాన్ఫిడెంట్ వాడు ఎవరన్నా చెప్పారనుకో భయపడతారు అందరూ. ఇట్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సరే, ఇంకో మేజర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఏం నేర్చుకోవాలి మీరందరూ అంటే, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అవైలబుల్ టు ఎవ్రీవన్ జస్ట్ లైక్ దట్ దే విల్ పుట్ యు ఇన్ ఎ బిన్. రిమెంబర్ ఆల్వేస్. సో విత్ మీ ఆల్సో. Everybody, when you are on a task, you are on your task, correct? Listening to class is not a easy thing, is it not? The learning new topic, it's a tough thing to do, and you are not available, obviously. So my suggestion is, please don't make yourself too much available to anyone in your working hours, because otherwise you're engaged, you're busy, and people have to wait on you. That's what I'm saying. Never make people wait for you otherwise. But when you're in a class and all, don't, I would suggest, unless until it is very urgent. If not, ఏముంది వీళ్ళేగా ఫోన్ చేస్తారు, అవైలబుల్ ఉంటారు, కామెంట్ వేస్తారు. ఏమన్నా మాకింగ్ స్టాకా లేదా నేను ఇంకోటి కామెంట్ వేస్తాను. దట్ ఈస్ అ మెయిన్ జాబ్ యూ విల్ బి డూయింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ లైఫ్. ఓకే, సో ఐల్ గెట్ బ్యాక్. అటెండెన్స్ కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు టైం అయింది, అందరు జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. ఏముంది Okay, so it's the discussion. So these are the problems that are encountered using hard water. But of course, I need to take the attendance, so I'll conclude the class. But I have a point to ask you all. Will bore water give lather with soap? Lather ante telusa nuraga.
Yes, ma'am.
ఇస్తా బోర్ వాటర్ ఏం సాయి మీ మదర్ కి చెప్తా వీడికి బాగా బోర్ నీళ్ళు పెట్టి స్నానం చేయించండి అని చెప్పి.
సాఫ్ట్ వాటర్ ఎక్కువ లాదర్ ఇస్తుంది మ్యామ్ బోర్ వాటర్ కన్నా. బోర్ వాటర్ హార్డ్ వాటర్.
వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ సాఫ్ట్ వాటర్ అండ్ హార్డ్ వాటర్?
కాన్సంట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ salts ma'am.
Dissolved salts, correct.
Magnesium, those all.
కాదు ఉండు నువ్వు చెప్పకు నేను చెప్తా. But what you need to remember here is that soft water gives lather with soap, but not hard water. Hard water forms scum with water. What is that scum? White precipitate. It's nothing but scum. Okay, and that is the first experience of hardness of water by every one of us. Okay, that means lather formation with soap is a layman's experience of hardness of water. How this hardness of water comes into picture? Because of presence of dissolved salts. Roll number 108. Good morning, Pradeep. Pradeep, you are there in the class. Roll number 108. Present or absent? Abba, teacher చూసిందిరా నేను జాయిన్ అయినప్పుడు. I have a small golden answer. Network issue, madam. What I can do? Network issue is not with your network you are using, with your content in the head. Tom and Jerry show is hit only when both the characters are there. Okay, if I'm not strict, nor you're sometime mischievous like this, the Tom and Jerry show doesn't work out at all. Of course, always Jerry like you wins, no problem. But without Tom, there's nothing. Okay, but what I'd like to tell, I need the list of the people who are going to give presentation on Sunday or tomorrow. Get the point clear? It's not an easy thing for you. Remember that the marks allocation is overall content by each and every one of you. I know how you write your exam and you know how I'm correcting the papers. The first sem mid marks are taking onus on you, but may not be with the assignment or second mid. This is not to scare you away or be harsh, but I'm reminding you of a responsibility. You need to deliver mandatorily. It's important. That's it. There's no other word to describe anything else. So please be ready with your presentation tomorrow. What a topic is there or any other topic like your friends Keith and Hafsa, they've done a brilliant job already given a new topic for you all. But the others also have really summarized everything what all being discussed in the session. That should be the spirit. Why not you keep the spirit? Don't feel sorry if I am harsh on you, but I want you to come out so that I'll feel very, very happy about it. So please plan for your presentations tomorrow and on Sunday as well. And even on Sunday, we have a class. Come on, from now onwards, it's all class work till I finish the syllabus. Hopefully we finish the syllabus at the earliest so that you can relax. Okay. Now I'll take the attendance. I have a small request. Good day to all of you. As soon as you give the roll call, just leave the class if you want. Okay. 61, 62.
Present, ma'am.